Well, good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up for Wednesday, the 7th of May, 2025. And we're sitting here right now at about 5:50 p.m. Central Time. You know, today was the Federal Reserve Day, and the Fed chair came out and he did pretty much what I've told you every day this week. There's no way he could make a decision on what he should do because he doesn't know what he's dealing with. Labor is still strong, and while inflation is elevated, it's certainly not running away. People even asked in the press conference of him, which one do you want to attack first? Are you worried about labor, as many analysts are saying? You're more worried about inflation. And he said, don't have to worry about it. We don't see either of them doing anything, so we don't have a preference. What it sounded like he's worried about is both go up, and that's stagflation. That could be a real problem for him. So we're waiting to see. They made absolutely no changes otherwise. And the market reaction, well, you can see you're down a bit right now. Gold slipped on that news. Silver's down a little bit. Copper got hit today pretty good because, as I told you yesterday, China at 9 this morning, their time, 9 in the morning, they were going to release their new economic plan. Folks, they took off their old plan, they dusted it, they didn't change anything, and that's their new plan. Copper market immediately was down 12 cents before you knew what was going on. That isn't going to work. We'll see what goes on from there. When you take a look at other markets, a little bit of everything, the currency markets are all over the board. Bonds and notes really didn't do very much. In terms of news for tomorrow, you're going to get the first quarter preliminary non-farm productivity data at 7:30. The economists are expecting this to be down 0.7. The last report in the fourth quarter when they did the revision was up 1.5. So that's really falling apart. Initial claims, they're looking for a 230,000 number, which would be down 11,000 if it comes in. Wholesale inventories and sales data at 9. You're going to get at 9:30 the natural gas data. This afternoon, the Federal Reserve came out, and you can see credit went up in all these different categories. And one final piece that did come out has to do with semiconductors. And the Biden administration, they want to throw out what they did with that AI plan that they came up with, and Trump wants to redo it. And he said something that is bright as can be. He said, let me understand this. We're going to sell F-35 jets to Saudi Arabia, and we're not going to sell them a NVIDIA computer chip. And that makes sense? He hit it on the head. That is absolutely correct. Plus, I think he's listening to the other people there, be it from AMD, be it from NVIDIA, and they're telling him, you can't really shut people off. You want them to be able to buy our products because this thing is going to go with or without us, and you're better off with you. And I think the president, as a businessman, is listening to that. That doesn't mean the Blackwell chips and all are going to China. That's not what I'm saying in any manner at all. I'm saying the plan as it was set up with the 3 tiers, they need refining, and the plan needs refining, and I think the president's ready to do it right away. All right? That's neither pro nor con. It's just what's happening. All right. So let's take a look at what we've got here in the markets, and why don't we just go to the gold market and take a look at it. In the gold on a weekly basis, you're up nearly 4.5%, $144. On Tuesday and Wednesday, this market exploded. Now, you gave back some of that today. Let me just show you. The market ended up down $30. And tonight you're extending that a little bit lower from the close, down roughly $15 more. Okay. What we've got here is a high there, a low here. You're bouncing, and you're just stuck in that range. You've got to concentrate on the current range where it's at. I saw Jeff Gunlock from Double Line today, and he was talking that he thinks gold is going to $4,000. He gave his reasons. I understand that. We will see. Okay. I take a look at the current pattern, and that's what I'm interested in. I see a lower low, a higher high. That's not the definition of a trend where I went to school, my charting school. And when you take a look at the 18-day average of closes, which is right here, the market is sitting over it. So the bias is up. The logical support for the market has been tested. It got away from it these past 2.5 or 2.25 sessions right now, as the market might pull back to that number and tell us what else it wants to do. The market peaked out against the upper Bollinger Band, and the market is neither overbought nor oversold, just drifting sideways. When you look at the gold-silver ratio, the market is staying over it, which means you need more ounces of silver to get an ounce of gold. Gold is stronger than silver. When you look at silver, it's fallen back, and you have an awful lot of support right here in silver. You have the 200-day average in gray. The green is the 100-day. The 18-day average, and they're all of closes, is right here in the red. The market's under the 18, so the bias is down. The trend is up. And the major support comes in here at 32.03 to 32.13, about 40 cents lower an ounce. In the copper market, as I said, once I saw what the Chinese did, and remember, I get up bright and early, going, I don't like that. And that market gave it up with an outside day. Now, this is the first major support. There's time for them to do tweaking. But as they did it and just saying, hey, we're going to play with the bank reserve ratio, we might put a little more juice in and let the banks lend you a bit more. We'll take down a 7-day repo by 1/10 of a point. That's not going to move the markets. So we'll see what they want to do right through there. And as copper goes and silver goes, well, so goes the platinum. And you got up again, and you challenged this 200 and the 100-day average, and you're falling right back, void of a trend. So in the metals, if you're looking for something to do, you're better off in Vegas for the evening. In the dollar index is riding right now the 18-day average, and as I told you, last week and this week, you're looking for volatility coming out of the market as you're collapsing the Bollinger Band top and bottom into it. This is what you want to see. It's going to set up a trend. So this is just how that gets done. Little patience. Right now, going at this exact time, you have, because the market's over the 18-day average on the close, the bias is up, the trend is down, so the market is neutral, and it's sitting right on that number. I like what I'm seeing through that. So those are the things that, I think you look at. Now, I want to remind you that in the mornings, I put out a spider video and a futures market one. 6 in the morning, my futures. It's only for my paid subscribers. It is not free. It covers 40 charts in each with very, very, very specific buy here, sell there, here's the stop, here's what I want you to do. You'll see winners, you will see losers. You will see money management at work. You'll see longer term trades. I'm loaded up in the stock one now. I've been reloading now as we've been going through, even with some short positions. So how do you get this? Go to iraepstein.com research. It can't be easier for you. On the top up here, you'll see an icon. Give it a click. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see that circle on the right with an eye in it. Click it. It'll take you right there. I'm Ira. Have a great evening. I'll catch up with you with the other updates tonight and in the morning video. Take care.